Sun's rebirth. Once upon a time, in a land filled with wonder and enchantment, there lived a group of little children who were eager to unravel the mystery behind the holiday of Happy New Year. Among them was a young girl named Mia, with wide eyes and a heart full of curiosity. One sunny afternoon, Mia decided to visit Granny Willow, the oldest and wisest person in the village, known for her magical storytelling. As Mia sat at Granny Willow's feet, she asked, "Granny, where did the celebration of Happy New Year come from?" Granny Willow smiled, her eyes twinkling with the joy of sharing a tale. She began to tell Mia about a time long ago, in the heart of the ancient village. In the days of old, Granny Willow began, people lived closely connected to the cycles of nature. They observed the changing seasons and celebrated the wonders that nature bestowed upon them. The tale of Happy New Year begins with the magical journey of the sun. Granny Willow described how, during the darkest and coldest days of winter, the villagers would gather around a massive stone in the center of the village. It was said that on the morning of the winter solstice, the sun would align perfectly with the stone, casting a warm and golden glow upon the entire village. The villagers, filled with gratitude for the returning light, decided to mark this extraordinary event with a special celebration. They named it Sun's Rebirth, a day to welcome the sun's renewed energy and the promise of brighter days ahead. As Granny Willow continued her tale, Mia imagined the villagers dancing in joy, their faces illuminated by the sun's gentle rays. She could almost feel the warmth of their shared happiness. Over time, the celebration evolved into what we now know as Happy New Year. The villagers embraced the idea of new beginnings, not just in nature but also in their lives. The tradition spread far and wide, carried by generations who cherished the significance of marking time and embracing change. Mia left Granny Willow's cozy cottage with a heart full of wonder and a newfound appreciation for the origins of Happy New Year. As the years passed, she would share this tale with the younger ones in the village, ensuring that the spirit of the ancient celebration lived on in the hearts of each new generation. And so, the enchanting tale of Happy New Year continued to be woven into the fabric of the village, connecting the past, present, and future in a timeless celebration of hope, renewal, and the magic of new beginnings.
Not the origin. Once upon a time, in the heart of a charming village, where flowers bloomed in every color imaginable, there lived a group of curious little ones. Among them was a bright-eyed boy named Timmy, always eager to uncover the secrets of the world around him. One day, Timmy approached Granny Rose, the oldest and kindest person in the village, known for her wisdom and beautiful garden. Timmy tugged at Granny Rose's apron and asked, "Granny, where did Valentine's Day come from?" Granny Rose, with a twinkle in her eye, beckoned Timmy to sit beside her amidst the fragrant blossoms. She began to spin a tale that took the children back to a time when love bloomed like the most exquisite flowers in the garden. In a distant land, Granny Rose began, there lived a wise and compassionate ruler named King Valerius. He believed in the power of love and kindness, and he wanted to celebrate these virtues in a special way. As Granny Rose spoke, the children envisioned a grand castle surrounded by meadows filled with vibrant flowers. King Valerius, inspired by the beauty of nature and the love that surrounded him, decided to dedicate a day to celebrating affection and friendship. The king chose the 14th day of February, a day when the air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers and the promise of spring. He named this day Valentine's Day in honor of love and the blooming flowers that adorned his kingdom. To commemorate the day, King Valerius encouraged his people to exchange handmade cards adorned with messages of love. The tradition of sending heartfelt notes blossomed like the flowers in the royal garden, spreading love and warmth throughout the kingdom. As Granny Rose continued her tale, Timmy and his friends imagined children crafting colorful cards with crayons and glitter, expressing their affection for family and friends. The joyous atmosphere of love and togetherness filled their hearts. Granny Rose explained how, over the years, the tradition of exchanging cards and tokens of love spread beyond the kingdom's borders. People around the world embraced the idea of expressing their feelings on this special day, fostering a global celebration of love. Timmy, wide-eyed and filled with wonder, listened intently as Granny Rose concluded her story. From that day forward, The children of the village celebrated Valentine's Day with handmade cards, smiles, and hugs, spreading love just like the flowers in Granny Rose's enchanting garden. And so, the origin of Valentine's Day became a cherished tale in the village, passed down from generation to generation. The children continued to celebrate the day with the same warmth and affection that King Valerius had envisioned, keeping the spirit of love alive in their hearts.
Ella's Father's Day surprise. In a charming village, nestled between rolling hills and a meandering stream, there lived a little girl named Ella. Ella, with her sparkling eyes and a giggle that filled the air with joy, was a source of happiness for her family. One sunny day, as the village buzzed with excitement for an upcoming celebration, Ella's curiosity led her to Grandma Rose, the village's treasured storyteller, seated beneath the shade of a blossoming apple tree. Grandma Rose welcomed Ella with a warm smile, with a twinkle in her eye. Grandma Rose began to share the heartwarming story of how Father's Day came to be. Once upon a time, Grandma Rose began, her voice as gentle as a breeze through the leaves. There lived a delightful girl named Sarah. Sarah loved her daddy dearly and wanted to find a way to express her love and gratitude for him. Inspired by the warmth she felt for her dad, Sarah decided to create a special day dedicated to fathers. She believed that fathers, like mothers, deserved a day of recognition for their love, guidance, and the happiness they brought to their families. Sarah's idea resonated with the village, and soon, the people decided to celebrate this special day. They chose a Sunday in June to honor fathers and the vital role they played in their children's lives. On the first Father's Day, children throughout the village gathered to surprise their fathers with handmade cards, warm hugs, and expressions of love. Laughter filled the air, and the village echoed with the joy of families coming together to celebrate the fathers they cherished. News of this heartwarming celebration spread beyond the village, reaching neighboring towns and communities. Father's Day became a cherished tradition, celebrated by families far and wide. As Grandma Rose continued the tale, Ella's eyes sparkled with understanding. She realized that Father's Day was not just about giving gifts, but about expressing love and gratitude to the fathers who worked hard to make their families happy. Inspired by Sarah's love for her daddy, Ella decided to surprise her dad on Father's Day with colorful crayons and paper. She crafted a heartfelt card, drawing a picture of her dad with a big, beaming smile. Ella's dad, touched by the sweet gesture, hugged his daughter tightly, feeling the warmth of her love. And so, in the charming village, surrounded by rolling hills and a meandering stream, the tradition of celebrating Father's Day continued. Each year, children like Ella found new and creative ways to express their love, making their dads feel as special as Sarah had envisioned so long ago. The laughter of children and the joyous celebration of fathers became a timeless and heartwarming tradition, echoing through the village for generations to come. Sammy's Mother's Day surprise. In a cheerful town surrounded by blossoming gardens, there lived a little boy named Sammy. Sammy was known for his giggles and boundless energy. One sunny day, as the town prepared for a special celebration, Sammy's curiosity led him to Grandma Daisy, the town's cherished storyteller, seated under a blossoming cherry tree. Grandma Daisy welcomed Sammy with a warm smile, with a twinkle in her eye. Grandma Daisy began to share the heartwarming tale of how Mother's Day came to be. Once upon a time, Grandma Daisy began, her voice as soft as a breeze through petals. There was a little girl named Mia. Mia loved her mom more than all the stars in the sky, and wanted to find a way to make her mom feel as special as she truly was. Mia decided to create a beautiful garden for her mom, filled with the most colorful and fragrant flowers. She carefully planted roses, lilies, and sunflowers, each representing a different aspect of her love and appreciation for her mom. When Mother's Day arrived, Mia led her mom to the garden. The vibrant colors and sweet scents filled the air, creating a magical atmosphere. Mia's mom was overjoyed, and her eyes sparkled with happiness. Mia's gesture had turned their backyard into a haven of love. News of Mia's thoughtful garden spread throughout the town. Everyone was touched by the idea, and they decided to celebrate a day dedicated to honoring mothers for all the love and care they give. Thus, Mother's Day became a cherished tradition. From that day on, children all around the town showed their love in creative ways. They painted pictures, wrote sweet notes, and, like Mia, created special gardens for their moms. As Grandma Daisy concluded the story, Sammy's eyes twinkled with understanding, inspired by Mia's love for her mom. Sammy decided to create a colorful painting for his own mom. On Mother's Day, Sammy presented his mom with a painting, a burst of vibrant colors that mirrored his love and joy. His mom's face lit up with a radiant smile, and she hugged Sammy tightly, feeling the warmth of his love. And so, in the cheerful town, surrounded by blossoming gardens, the tradition of celebrating Mother's Day continued. Each year, children found new and creative ways to express their love, making their moms feel as special as Mia had made her mom feel so long ago. Benny's Easter Magic. Once upon a time, in a meadow filled with flowers and buzzing bees, there lived a little bunny named Benny. Benny was a curious bunny, always eager to explore and learn about the wonders of the world. As the spring sun painted the meadow in warm hues, Benny's curiosity led him to a wise old rabbit named Grandma Thistle. With a twinkle in her eye, Grandma Thistle welcomed Benny, knowing that he was ready to discover the enchanting tale of Easter. As they nestled among the blossoms, Grandma Thistle began to share the magical story of how Easter came to be. Long ago, in a land of rolling hills and meadows, there lived a kind and gentle woman named Emma. Grandma Thistle began, her words floating through the air like petals on a gentle breeze. Emma had a heart as warm as the spring sun, and a love for all creatures, big and small. One day, as she strolled through the meadow, she discovered a wounded bird with a broken wing. Filled with compassion, Emma gently cradled the bird and cared for it until it healed. As the bird regained its strength, something extraordinary happened. It laid the most beautiful eggs, each one painted in vibrant colors and patterns. Emma, amazed by this miraculous gift, realized that these eggs were a symbol of new life, hope, and joy. Emma wanted to share this wonderful discovery with everyone in the village. She decided to organize a special day filled with laughter, love, and the joy of newfound friendships. This day became known as Easter, a celebration of kindness, renewal, and the magic of new beginnings. On Easter morning, children and adults alike gathered in the meadow. Emma, with a basket of the magical eggs, invited everyone to join in the festivities. Laughter echoed as the villagers participated in egg races, danced to the melody of cheerful tunes, and shared delicious treats. Word of Emma's magical Easter celebration spread far and wide. People from neighboring lands heard the tale and were inspired to celebrate the joyous occasion in their own communities. The tradition of painting and hiding eggs became a symbol of Easter, a day when people rejoiced in the beauty of nature's rebirth. As Grandma Thistle concluded the tale, Benny's eyes sparkled with newfound understanding. He realized that Easter was not just about colorful eggs and sweet treats, but a celebration of love, compassion, and the joy of coming together as a community. With a heart full of gratitude, Benny hopped through the meadow, eager to share the magical story of Easter with his friends. The meadow, alive with the spirit of spring, echoed with the laughter of bunnies, the song of birds, and the enchanting tale that would be. passed down from generation to generation, filling the world with the everlasting magic of Easter. St. Patrick's Sparkle. In a land of rolling green hills and playful leprechauns, there once lived a little girl named Lily. Lily was known for her sparkling eyes and her love for all things magical. One day, as the village prepared for the joyous celebration of St. Patrick's Day, Lily's curiosity bubbled over, and she sought out Granny Clover, the village's oldest resident and keeper of enchanting tales. As Lily skipped towards Granny Clover's cozy cottage, she couldn't help but notice the shimmering four-leaf clovers that adorned the meadows. Granny Clover, with her wrinkled face and a twinkle in her eye, welcomed Lily and began to spin a tale that transported the little girl back to a time long ago. Ah, sweet Lily, Granny Clover began. St. Patrick's Day is a day filled with magic and stories. It all began with a kind man named St. Patrick, who lived in Ireland many, many years ago. As Granny Clover spoke, Lily imagined the emerald landscapes of Ireland, dotted with ancient castles and cheerful villages. St. Patrick, she learned, was not only a kind soul, but also someone who loved nature and cherished every living creature. One day, St. Patrick noticed that the people of Ireland were feeling a bit gloomy. The skies were often gray, and the land seemed to be missing a splash of color. Determined to bring joy to the hearts of the villagers, St. Patrick set out on a mission. In his travels, St. Patrick stumbled upon a field of vibrant green shamrocks, delicate three-leaved plants that sparkled like emeralds in the sunlight. Inspired by their beauty, St. Patrick decided to use the shamrock as a symbol of hope and good fortune. On the eve of spring, St. Patrick invited the villagers to join him in a grand celebration. The skies were soon painted with a burst of colors as people adorned themselves in green and danced with joy. St. Patrick handed out shamrocks, explaining that each leaf represented something special: hope, love, and luck. Lily's eyes widened with delight as she pictured the villagers, young and old, laughing and dancing under a sky filled with magic. Granny Clover continued the tale, sharing how the tradition of wearing green and celebrating with shamrocks spread far beyond Ireland, carrying the spirit of joy and unity. As Granny Clover concluded the story, Lily felt a warmth in her heart. She understood that St. Patrick's Day was not just about wearing green and finding hidden treasures, but about spreading love, hope, and happiness to everyone around. With a heart full of newfound understanding, Lily joined the village in their St. Patrick's Day festivities. The air was filled with laughter, the hills echoed with music, and the meadows glowed with the vibrant green of shamrocks. Lily, like St. Patrick himself, had discovered the true magic of this special day, a celebration of love, luck, and the joy that comes from sharing these blessings with others. Oliver's Magical Christmas. In a snowy village adorned with twinkling lights and the scent of pine, there lived a little bunny named Oliver. Oliver, with his fluffy white fur and a heart full of wonder, was known for spreading joy to all his woodland friends. One magical winter day, as the village buzzed with excitement for a special celebration, Oliver's curiosity led him to Grandma Snowflake, the village's cherished storyteller. Seated beneath the branches of an ancient evergreen tree, Grandma Snowflake welcomed Oliver with a warm smile, with a twinkle in her eye. Grandma Snowflake began to share the enchanting story of how Christmas came to be. Long ago, Grandma Snowflake began, her voice as soft as falling snow. There was a night filled with starlight, where a special baby named Jesus was born in Bethlehem. His birth brought hope, love, and joy to the world. Grandma Snowflake described how shepherds in the fields and wise men from distant lands traveled to see the baby Jesus, bringing gifts of love and warmth. The animals in the stable gathered around, and a bright star illuminated the night sky, marking the beginning of a tradition we now celebrate as Christmas. As the story unfolded, Oliver's eyes widened with wonder. He imagined the peaceful stable, the twinkling star, and the joy that surrounded the baby Jesus on that magical night. Inspired by Grandma Snowflake's tale, Oliver decided to bring the spirit of Christmas to his woodland home. He gathered his animal friends, and together they decorated the trees with shiny ornaments, strung lights across branches, and placed a star atop the tallest tree. On Christmas Eve, Oliver and his friends gathered under the starlit sky, sharing acorn treats and singing songs of joy. They felt the magic of Christmas, a time for kindness, love, and coming together. Each year, Oliver and his woodland friends, along with the villagers, celebrated the magical night that brought hope, love, and joy to the world. The spirit of Christmas, rooted in the story of the baby Jesus and embraced by the warmth of friendship, echoed through the village, reminding everyone of the magic that fills their hearts during the special time. Mia's Independence Day Parade. In a cheerful town nestled between green hills and winding rivers, there lived a little girl named Mia. Mia, with her bright eyes and a laughter that echoed like a melody, was a source of joy for her family. One sunny day, as the town prepared for a special celebration, Mia's curiosity led her to Grandpa Oak, the town's cherished storyteller. Seated beneath the shade of a wise old oak tree, Grandpa Oak welcomed Mia with a warm smile, with a twinkle in his eye. Grandpa Oak began to share the enchanting story of how Independence Day came to be. Long, long ago, Grandpa Oak began, his voice as soothing as a gentle breeze. There was a brave group of people who dreamt of freedom. They lived in a land far away and believed in the idea that everyone should be free to make their own choices and live happily. These brave people decided to stand up for their beliefs and declared their independence from a faraway ruler. They faced many challenges, but their determination and unity helped them overcome every obstacle. After a long and courageous journey, they finally succeeded in gaining their freedom. The people rejoiced and celebrated their newfound independence with laughter, music, and colorful fireworks that lit up the night sky. News of this joyous celebration spread to towns and villages across the land, inspiring others to stand up for their own freedom and rights. The idea of Independence Day became a symbol of courage, unity, and the pursuit of happiness. As Grandpa Oak continued the tale, Mia's eyes sparkled with wonder. She imagined the brave people celebrating under the starry sky, their hearts filled with pride and joy for the freedom they had earned. Inspired by the story, Mia decided to celebrate Independence Day in her own way, with colorful ribbons and tiny flags. She decorated her bicycle and invited her friends to join a parade. Through the town, Mia's laughter echoed through the streets as they pedaled together, celebrating the spirit of freedom. And so, in the cheerful town nestled between green hills and winding rivers, the tradition of celebrating Independence Day continued. Each year, children like Mia found new and creative ways to express their joy, making their town a vibrant tapestry of freedom, unity, and the pursuit of happiness. Rosie's Harvest Gathering. In a quaint village surrounded by vibrant autumn leaves and the aroma of pumpkin pies, there lived a little fox named Rosie. Rosie, with her fluffy tail and a heart full of curiosity, was known for her boundless energy that brought smiles to everyone around her. One crisp autumn day, as the village buzzed with excitement for a special celebration, Rosie's curiosity led her to Grandma Maple, the village's cherished storyteller. Seated beneath the branches of a rustling maple tree, Grandma Maple welcomed Rosie with a warm smile, with a twinkle in her eye. Grandma Maple began to share the heartwarming story of how Thanksgiving came to be. Many seasons ago, Grandma Maple began. Her voice is soothing as a gentle breeze. There were families who set sail to a new land seeking freedom. They faced challenges and hardships, but with resilience and the help of kind Native Americans, they established a settlement called Plymouth. The settlers, known as Pilgrims, learned valuable farming skills from the Native Americans, enabling them to grow a plentiful harvest. To celebrate the bountiful harvest and express gratitude for their newfound friendships, the Pilgrims and Native Americans gathered for a feast that marked the first Thanksgiving. Grandma Maple described the long tables, adorned with delicious dishes, including roasted turkey, pumpkins, and corn. The air was filled with laughter, stories, and heartfelt expressions of gratitude for the blessings they had received. Captivated by Grandma Maple's tale, Rosie felt inspired to bring the spirit of Thanksgiving to her village. She decided to organize a festive gathering with her animal friends, each contributing something special to the celebration. On Thanksgiving Day, Rosie and her friends sat together under the rustling maple tree, surrounded by the colors of autumn. They shared a feast of acorn cookies, berry pies, and honey tea, expressing gratitude for the warmth of friendship and the beauty of the season. And so, in the quaint village, surrounded by vibrant autumn leaves, the tradition of Thanksgiving continued. Each year, Rosie and her friends, along with the villagers, gathered to share a feast and express gratitude for the blessings of the harvest season. The spirit of Thanksgiving, rooted in the kindness and unity of the Pilgrims and Native Americans, echoed through the village, reminding everyone to cherish the simple joys and be thankful for the love that surrounded them. Emma's Halloween joy. In a village embraced by the beauty of nature, there lived a little girl named Emma. Emma, with her sparkling eyes and a laughter that echoed like the rustling leaves, was a source of joy for her family. One crisp autumn day, as the village buzzed with excitement, Emma's curiosity led her to Grandma Hazel, the village's cherished storyteller. Seated beneath the branches of a towering oak tree, Grandma Hazel welcomed Emma with a warm smile. With a twinkle in her eye, Grandma Hazel began to share the enchanting story of how Halloween came to be. Many years ago, Grandma Hazel began, her voice as gentle as a rustling breeze. There was a magical night when the veil between the worlds of the living and the spirits grew thin. This night was known as Samhain, a time when the villagers believed that spirits and fairies could walk freely among them. During Samhain, the villagers would gather to celebrate the harvest and pay homage to their ancestors. They believed that by leaving treats outside their homes, they could appease the spirits and ensure good fortune for the coming year. As time passed, the tradition evolved. The villagers began to carve faces into turnips, placing a small candle inside to ward off any wandering spirits. These flickering lanterns were thought to protect homes and guide lost souls on their way. The tale of Samhain traveled across lands, merging with other customs and beliefs. In the 8th century, as Christianity spread, the celebration shifted to October 31st, becoming known as All Hallows Eve, the night before All Saints' Day. Grandma Hazel explained how, over centuries, the customs transformed into the Halloween we know today. Costumes, inspired by the spirits and creatures of folklore, became a way for villagers to disguise themselves from any mischievous entities. Emma listened with wide-eyed wonder as Grandma Hazel described how children, dressed in costumes, would go door to door, collecting treats to share with friends and family. The villagers believed that this act of sharing would bring good fortune and happiness to all. Inspired by Grandma Hazel's tale, Emma decided to celebrate Halloween in her own special way. With a twinkle in her eye, she gathered colorful leaves, crafted masks of friendly creatures, and carved a smiling face into a pumpkin. On Halloween night, Emma, dressed as a little fairy, joined her friends in a parade through the village. They laughed, shared treats, and so, in the village embraced by the beauty of nature, the tradition of Halloween continued. Each year, children like Emma found new and creative ways to celebrate, making the night magical with laughter, costumes, and the joy of sharing treats. The enchanting spirit of Halloween, born from ancient traditions and woven into the fabric of the village, echoed through the generations, bringing smiles to the faces of little ones for years to come.